Congratulations, Adam.
Thank you.
Cyclocross Magazine here with a very cold Adam Myerson after the 45-49 Masters race. This is 3 times for you. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, you know, the first one was really special. It was a chip off my shoulder, you know. The second one was confirmation, you know. I was really happy to win in Reno. That one was tough. This year I felt confident in my preparation. I felt strong. But this course is way over my head. It's hard. And I thought it might be too hilly. A little too much pedaling for me. And I just was really nervous. Not confident. And I just, like I've been saying, I just had a lot of fear. And the only way to deal with that for me in the Masters is to lead from start to finish. It's like an anxiety thing. It's like I want to control this race from the beginning and put my stamp on it and make everyone chase me, which is not how I race the rest of the time. You know, I like group racing and sizing my competition up and being tactical, and this past couple nationals I just have to go from the gun and see what happens. So fortunately it rained right before the start. If it didn't, I'm not sure if I would have won. That extra extra technique required and knowing when to get off and run really made a big difference for me.
And you said that this course might be a little bit too much pedaling for you. What would you want to see in a course that would suit you?
Like a little less elevation change, hard pack but slippery on top. This mud got deep and it was like a slog. There's a lot of watts per kilogram. So a smaller rider like Brandon Dwight, whose skills are as good as mine and whose power is as good as mine, but who probably weighs 15 pounds less than me. I was just so scared I was gonna blow. He was just gonna drift up to me and ride straight past me, you know? But getting out front early and then doing what I wanted allowed me to feather my gap. But I was blown at the end, and it would take one crash, one mistake, and I made a couple on the last lap for him to come back and go straight by. So yeah, I like a fast, slippery course, less elevation change.
And when you're out on your own for so long, what do you do to make sure that you don't go too far into the red, and what do you do to make sure that you keep your gap?
Once I had the gap, I backed off. The middle lap, I was like, I collected myself for a second. There's no recovery on this course because whenever you're pedaling as hard as you can to clean a section. And with the rain, you just had to run. So we're all going as hard as we can. And any of the spots where you're not pedaling, you're trying not to die. You're trying not to crash. You're busy. You're using your upper body to do things. So it's relentless, and if you blow, you stop. You're done. And you can lose 30 seconds in a lap, no problem. So I just tried not to give up. I just kept swinging, kept fighting, and rested when I could. Once I had the gap, that gave me the privilege to sit up every now and then and collect myself, and that helped.
And this course was changing. This was our first really muddy race of the day and really of the week. How was the course when you started? How was it while you were racing? How was it when you finished?
It stopped raining during the race, and it got a little stickier, and you could see a little bit better. But I was so tired on the last lap that like I couldn't push my bike around in the ruts. I started forgetting what I was doing. Like, I don't know how to describe it, except like I just felt delirious. And I had to like snap out of it and like go back and look for the good lines that I'd been taking and just collect myself, and just I needed every second of that gap that I had just to get to the finish. And it wasn't until the last turn that I finally relaxed.
And when you came around that turn, you looked elated.
Yeah.
What was that like for you?
Like, I didn't expect to win, you know? I honestly didn't. And I fought so hard for it. And I knew at any minute the whole thing could come unraveled. And like, I was never a championship rider when I was a pro. And to learn how to do that as a master against really good competition, it's a whole different mentality that I am not suited for. I don't handle that pressure well. it's too much for me. So to just finally have won and to have done it and have to make a plan and have so many things going on, like to have a toddler and to try to stay married and like try to run your business and like everything else, to make space to try to peak for a national championship and to do it, to actually pull it off, it's something else, you know? I'm glad it's over. Yeah.
What's it like racing in a Masters field compared to your time as a pro?
It's different. I wasn't a good pro, you know? I was just like a hard worker. I was like a time clock puncher, you know? Like, I just figured the game out and I knew how to do my job. And I'm not like, I don't make a lot of power. I'm not gifted in that way. I just pedal less than everybody else. So those are still my advantages in the Masters, but now I'm racing against my peers. I'm stronger in comparison. So, you know, this is what it feels like to been like, it's an experience I didn't have as a pro. Like, being one of the strongest guys is not a thing that I ever experienced. So it's fun. I enjoy it. And the jersey is the one ring. Once you get that jersey, it's like, you want to keep it. Do anything you can to keep it. It's really special. It's a real privilege. I don't want to imagine going back to racing without it. I love it. And so I give up being good all year to be good for this race. And that is to change from what my pro career was like.
And you've had it for 2 years now. You have it for another year. Will we see you next year trying to keep it again?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. And at the expense of other things. Like, I won't try to be good all year. I'm only going to try to be good for nationals. That's all I care about. The rest of the races, I'll just manage my stress. Like, my kid will be 4. You know, he's going to start having activities. Like, you know, I have a family, and that's my first priority. And it's because of their support that I can narrow my focus down for about 6 weeks to try to peak for this. I'm gonna keep trying to do that for as long as I can. Yeah, and I'm lucky to have great races in New England, so that weekend in, weekend out, I have great events to do.
How do you manage things like having a family and maintaining a calendar of events outside of racing?
I mean, you could ask her, honey.
I don't recommend asking me.
It is not easy, and my wife is what makes it possible. My coaches, I get a lot of support from my family. My wife really picks up the slack, especially in the 6 weeks leading up to nationals. And I'm going to spend the next 3 months trying to pay her back. It's not easy on us. It's not easy on our relationship. And it's a sacrifice that she makes with me and for me. I couldn't do it without her. I'm really looking forward to the off season. I'm looking forward to focusing on being a dad for the next 3 months to try to make up for the last 6 weeks.
Congratulations, thank you.